The past 10 years have been nothing short of an absolute roller coaster. There's been so much change, so much growth, and so many times in the past 10 years where I had no idea what I was even doing. Your 20s are a huge transitional period. You go from high school ending to college ending, and then one day you wake up and you're an adult, and you're supposed to figure it out all on your own. When I was 20, I had big dreams. I wanted to live in New York City, and I wanted to be a commercial photographer. But I also wanted love, and I wanted marriage, and I wanted a life partner to do all these exciting things with. But at that point, I was living in Louisiana. I was still in a relationship that was slowly failing, and I had no idea what commercial photography even was. I just saw all these pretty pictures in the stores and thought, I want to do that. And I didn't even know what that was. I felt so stuck. And if you're feeling the way that I did, I'm so glad you're here, because there are 3 lessons that changed everything. They took me from being stuck to building momentum and really creating the life that I used to daydream about. And let me tell you, that looks a little like living in New York City with my husband and now working for brands like Disney, Nike, L'Oreal, Amazon, and building a really healthy, balanced life that I'm so proud of. And I really hope you stay until the end, because the last lesson that I learned was probably the hardest, but the one that made the most impact. Here's where we're gonna start. I want you to build the life you want before you even need it. I need you to live for your future self right now. Whether you realize it or not, you're building the foundations for the rest of your life. The habits that you make right now are gonna impact you 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now. So if you're feeling lost, let's just start here. Learn how to eat well, learn how to move your body, and learn how to set up money systems. This knowledge will get you so far ahead, and the benefits will only compound over time, but you need to take the time to learn. For me, it's so empowering knowing how to nourish my body. It's so empowering to walk into a gym and to not feel lost. And it's incredibly comforting not having to constantly stress about my money, because I've set it up in systems that only benefits us in the future. And career-wise, you don't have to have it all figured out. I actually want you to go out and try things. I want you to quit things. I want you to go broad. Don't feel like you need to niche down. And I want you to realize that nothing is wasted. Failure doesn't exist. It's only feedback, and it's only a learning experience. So again, if you feel lost, start here. So as the money starts flowing in, you know what to do with it. You have a plan. And as you get older, you know you set yourself up to be the healthiest version of you that you can. And you'll never regret that. And speaking of regrets, there is actually something I did at 22 that I thought was a great idea, but it ended up causing so much stress and anxiety. I hated whenever I couldn't picture my future. It made me feel so anxious. So at 22, I sat down with a piece of paper and wrote out a timeline from 22 until 30. I wrote out when I'd get married, when I'd move to New York City, when I'd buy a house, when I'd have kids, plural. And surprise, it was totally unrealistic. Every year that I didn't hit one of those milestones on time, I felt so behind. I would look at social media and see everyone my age buying houses and having kids and settling down, and I would just spiral. It took me a really long time to realize this. Other people's timelines aren't my own. Their life isn't even the life that I want to live. My timeline looks different, and my path looks a little different. Once I stopped chasing other people's timelines, everything opened up. Which brings us to lesson number 2. Once I accepted that my timeline was garbage, I started focusing on direction instead. I got clear on my values, my life goals, my morals, and I let those guide me. I stopped worrying so much about when things were gonna happen and focused more on whether or not I was moving in the right path. A friend recently shared a quote with me: "You can have all the things, but not all at once." And it really reminded me that life is a book full of chapters, and trying to cram everything into one chapter just causes a lot of burnout and makes you rush through life instead of just living. Having a direction also makes making decisions so much easier. I can ask myself, does this align with my values? Does this align with my goals? Does this align with who I'm even trying to be? Is this relationship aligned? Is this career aligned? Is this place even aligned? But knowing the answer is one thing and acting on it is another. And that brings us to lesson number 3. Every major life shift came from this decision. I could either stay stuck or I could leave. Stay stuck in what's familiar and comfortable, or leave and give myself a chance to grow. Leaving the wrong relationship, leaving my hometown, leaving the version of myself that didn't believe that she could build something bigger. And none of these decisions were easy, but leaving is what opened every door that I have today. So you can either stay stuck or you can leave. And that decision is yours. Let me know which lesson hit you the hardest. And do you want a part 2? I can definitely dive deeper into this. But for now, I have some cake to eat. So happy birthday to me, and I'll see you guys later. Wow, this is...